records that talk about them piling up the rabbits like cordwood. Big rabbit hunting area, deer hunting area, fowl hunting, lots of duck hunting. And they used to go in the cranberry swamps around here and pick cranberries. And there were many stories of Sweeney's wife coming over here in Kenny to pick cranberries and drinking a little, etc. There were also one story in the diary talks about a girl going cranberry picking in this area, getting lost in the woods and being found dead. So it was a very tough wilderness area. Now, starting in the 1850s, a lot of the families that are still around today started to get the Slides, Gambles came a bit later. The Stewarts were here quite early on. Jackson, York, and if I've forgotten anybody, of course, the Hutchings later on, please forgive me. Everybody in California pretty well is related one way or the other.
Well,
We know there was a lot of involvement of Elgin people in this area. A few facts about California a lot of people wouldn't know. In the 1860s, they were building barges and boats over here on Apponequet Lake in California. There were over 21 boat builders operating. It was only for a very short period, and I wish I knew exactly where it was. They built at least 4 or 5 known barges that were on the Rio Canal at the time. We also know that it was a very active area for mining. And in the late 19th century, you could still see remains of phosphate mines that were just dug out with picks. And there was even an iron mine that was started up in the Troy Lake area, but nothing very much ever came of it. So it was also a mining area. And there was a lot of prospecting through this area in the late 19th century as well. Not just that kind of prospecting. California was always noted for its moonshine back in the woods. Now, as far as we know, the main economy in the early days was logging. There was a lot of logging by Kingston companies, but also mixed farming. And there would have been the small standard log cabin farm in this area with a few pigs, a couple of cows, and growing wheat mainly until the American Civil War. And the whole bottom fell out of the wheat market during the Civil War in this area, and then cheese became king. And in this former municipality of South Crosby, there were 8 cheese factories. There were about at least 55 in Leeds County, and there were over 4 million pounds of cheese made at the turn of the century in Leeds and Grenville. So as you can see, we were really a wealthy dairy farming area. California became noted for a couple of reasons. There were some pockets of excellent soil, and it was a good dairy area, and many dairy farms developed. They had one problem, no way to get across the canal. And in 1882, the township of South Crosby rectified that with a long bridge, which you'll be walking across, where the original one was, built by California resident Charles Smith Birch, who also built a number of other township bridges. Once the bridge went through and the swing bridge at the fall, suddenly we were open for a cheese factory. And the original Rockdale cheese factory was the frame one, and the general location of where the brick one ended up. It lasted about 20 years, and then a chap called Dargell was on call. He was the general merchant in Elgin, a member of Parliament, and also head of the Ontario Dairy Association. He opened up a model farm down here, and some California residents still have He also, his son, Sahel, who recently graduated from McGill as an engineer, decided to open up a very modern cheese factory. And in 1905, the cheese factory up here was the most modern in the county, had the most modern equipment, and it worked as an operating cheese factory until the early 1950s. Pretty amazing cheese factory. The school, there was always a school there right from the early days. 1851, there was a log school there. By the mid-1890s, it was torn down and a frame school was put up. And Sam Hutchings told me a story once about as a baby, his mother carried him down to see them building that school. So we have a pretty good approximate date of when it was built. The church followed shortly after that. There were some cottagers by that time, and a lot of activity in this community. At one time, there were over 40 farms bringing cheese into this cheese factory. There were, of course, 200 farms in South Crosby alone at the turn of the century, so you get an church where poor